Today on Twin J Racing, we're going to work on this thing. Welcome back to Twin J Racing, everyone, and today we are going to work on this 2012 1500 Chevy. Yeah, 1500 Chevy. Yeah. Anyways, I'm not a fan of the newer Chevys, but this is now mine. I needed a beater for work. It has lack of oil pressure after DOD delete. So, from what I've read and what I've heard, I'm going to put the plugs in the valley. Yes, he put a cover on it for the DOD delete, but it also, you do a lot of reading, a lot of Googling. It says it could be an O-ring slipped out. Other thing, we could have a bad O-ring on the oil pan pickup. But this is a lot easier to do first. If this works, great. If not, oil pan comes off. So we're going to start here. So I've watched like 6 videos on this and still not sure what I'm doing, but we're going to start tearing this apart, and I'll talk about some key points as we get to them. Okay, well, we'll talk about this a little bit. You saw me take the air box out. That started the struggle bus a little bit. Then we took the power wire off. I tried to get to the ground, but I'm not taking all of that out, so I took the power wire off, shoved it over there. Unplugged this. Unplugged the injectors. You slide this clip. You slide this clip up. Of course, when I'm trying to do it one-handed, slide that clip up, and then you push that and you slide it off. This intake has been off a few times, so that makes it a little easier on that stuff. Disconnected the alternator. There's a plug there and the main wire there off the back. Set that over there. This here unplugs. And then we got to get the rest of the stuff off. But we're just going to keep plugging away at it. There's a lot of good videos out there on this. I watched like 2 of them already. So it's not hard. But I figured I'd at least talk about what I'm going to do, and then we're going to work on this side here in a few minutes. Real quick here, boys and girls. We took the vent, which is up here now, put a screwdriver in on the tab, pushed it off, slid it off. Fuel line, you saw me grab the tool, use the tool, which I've shown you boys and girls before. Same on all the connectors, had to take that nut off, get that loose. And a couple of tabs and this and that. It is now loose, so it should come off. And then I gotta find where I threw the nut that holds, oh, there it is. I grabbed it with the socket and ratchet and it come flying out of there. So Luckily enough, it's laying right here. Oh. So, now according to every video I watched, this comes right out. Maybe. It says you don't have to hold. Oh, are you saying that bolt's not all the way out? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Evidently, we didn't take this bolt all the way out. Now it's loose. And then we gotta weasel it around the harness here. And around this back cover. Oh, I forgot the brake hose. And they even told us to make sure, and they did the same thing in the video I watched, they'd get to that. And then this will here, it's just a vacuum advance, or a vacuum brake booster. But here's the intake manifold. Oh, no, that's not part of that. Okay. So we will take this and set this somewhere. I haven't figured out where yet, but we'll set it somewhere. Ah, there it is, right over there. Okay, all of that to get to this cover, which is a valley cover, but this is a DOD delete one, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. We're going to find out. I believe because it looks different than the other ones. Take the leaves out of the valley here. If I was a wiser man, if you're doing this, put towels in the ports. I'm not going to. Not going to do it. Wouldn't be prudent. Or whatever George W. Bush said. Or George Bush, not George W. George W. was the second one. I'm switching over to my channel and posting something real quick. If you're not following, follow my Twin J Racing on Book of Face. Okay, we did get that unplugged. Or I decided to do Ellis stuff, or make a post. Let's get this plate out of here. Okay. Pull all these bolts real quick. Because I want to flip this over and I don't want any of the bolts to leave the chat. I need reading glasses. Looking at this, because what he did is he used the O-rings to contain the oil. And it doesn't look like this one was seated very well. Because this is clear, that's clear. But more importantly, that's clear. It looks like the oil was seeping around it. That would be my guess. Like a few posts I read said, you're already apart and have it. They sell these. A lot of people will drill and tap these, and I'm down for that, and I would do that, but unfortunately, this currently is in the engine, so I don't want to do that. I don't want to go that route because I don't want to get shavings in the engine. Nice. If you didn't see, let me get my light. That went all the way in, nice and flat. It's not quite flat, but a couple more taps, it'll be flat. It went in very nice. Let's get that a little better for you. I'm going to put the other ones in real quick and get back to you. All right, boys and girls, we are Got them all in. Oh, that took a little work out for my arm. Got all the plugs in. So theoretically, that should not leak at all now. I truly believe that O-ring was leaking. It looks like it, and then if you look at the top, it looks like it was leaking. Let's get you. Looks like it was leaking out that way and out that way. Doesn't look like a full seal all the way around like a lot of the other ones do. So, I don't know, I'm just guessing. We might put this all back together and find out, nope, that wasn't the problem. So, I'm going to put you back up here, and we're going to put the valley cover back on. So I got to check the torque spec for the valley cover. 18 foot-pounds. I would have thought it would have been more than that, but okay. 18 foot-pounds. That's literally what my brake rotors just took. But hey, whatever. Not gonna argue. Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad. Lights out! Lights out! We got this torqued. I questioned my first torque wrench, didn't seem like it torqued it correctly. The second one seemed like it did because I checked it with the beam. So we're going to throw the intake back in here. I got to look up the spec for that. And hopefully we'll find out real quick if this thing's at oil pressure or not. Okay, boys and girls, I didn't really video a lot of this because, well, I'm not the greatest video person. I got the oil pan off of this truck, which we kind of introduced in the last video. My 2012 Chevy Silverado 1500. And it had an oil pressure issue, which you boys and girls know. And I did a lot of Googling on Google. And they said the plugs in the valley, which we did, that didn't fix the problem. Oil pump, O-ring, and or relief valve in the bottom of the oil pan. The relief valve right here, which, I mean, I don't know of any good way to test that. But this is what the oil pump pickup O-ring looked like. I wonder if that was a problem. I don't know. You think it was leaking oil around that and sucking air? I think it was. So here's the new one. It's on there. We're getting ready to put it all back together. Yep, bottom of the truck here. No oil pan. Actually nice, you can get the oil pan out with it still in the truck. So there's a lot of good videos out there. That's another reason why I didn't video it. There's a lot of good videos out there on how to pull the oil pan, and it's not too bad actually. It surprised me how easy it was. But that's what I found when I took it apart. Figured I would share with you boys and girls that, you know, sometimes, and oil pump pickup supposedly has never been out of this, maybe moved around, and I'm thinking that's what, when they moved it around, because they were in the bottom of this, maybe that's what pissed off the O-ring, or just brittle and it came apart. I've heard of that too. So we're gonna get this put back together and see how the oil pressure is. This is where it sits, warmed up. I just drove it all the way to work, idling, sitting here. Where's the tach? There's the tach. What, 600 RPM? And it sits there, I'd say 10 to 15. That gauge is a little misleading. It's a little higher than 10, I think. So, but that's what it does. That's where it stays at in idle, even when you're sitting at a stoplight. So I'm overly all happy with it. And as you can tell, it doesn't fluctuate. Well, of course, it fluctuates a little bit as I say that, but it doesn't fluctuate all the way down like it used to. It'd start there and just keep dropping. So I'm going to call it as fix can be, but I think it's fluctuating because the air conditioner's kicking on and off. You can hear it clicking. So anyways, that's where that's at. Talk to you later. That wraps this up. We started shooting that video, or actually we shot that video the end of March, beginning of April like 3rd or 4th, whatever that Friday was. It was finally finished, and we were driving it, and we went and got plates on it. We've been driving it ever since. Is the oil pressure a little lower than I'd like it to be? Yes. It stays right around 18 or so at idle and jumps up as you drive. Cruising at 2,000 RPMs, it's up about 40. Overall, it's good. We haven't had any issues. We've put quite a few miles on it already. I drive it every day. We just drove it to Detroit and back this weekend. It's been fairly reliable so far. It's got a few ticks and this and that, but I mean, it is what it is. It was running low on oil pressure for quite a while, but we're going to see how long it lasts and just keep driving it. So it's been really, really good. And it was that pickup tube, or the O-ring on the pickup tube, that caused all them issues. I mean, you saw how bad it was. It makes sense. And I ain't one to hide something. I showed you the video, the Amazon one on there. Yeah, that one was wrong. I put it together, and I was just trying to put it together. And I slid it in, and I didn't feel any resistance. Didn't think anything about it at the time. Put it back together. Didn't want to build oil pressure. Would get a little bit, but didn't want to build oil pressure. I'm like, what the heck's going on? And I'm like, that thing had no resistance going in. So tear it all back apart, because of course, before I checked it, I put everything back together all the way down to the skid plates back on. And so I had to tear everything back apart, pull that apart, go down to O'Reilly's, because they had one in the stock. $6 O-ring from O'Reilly's, put it on there, fixed it. You know, sent the O-ring back to Amazon. I'm like, this is wrong. You know, it was $3 or $4. I don't care, but the point is, it was wrong. And I've read since, and there's like 3 or 4 different sizes of those, but those said guaranteed to fit my vehicle, and it did not. Same with the oil relief valve block, guaranteed to fit your vehicle. It did not. So we didn't block the oil ring or relief in the bottom there, and we're doing all right. So that's kind of where we're at with this. It's working. It's driving. So we're happy. And like, share, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. And we will catch you boys and girls in the next one.